Hello and welcome to Fox Car Report. I'm Gary Gastelu. Well, after the longest winter in years, summer is just about here. It's already pretty warm, and that's great news for car enthusiasts. Longer days for driving, warmer nights for keeping the top down. But let's be honest, you'll still be spending plenty of time on your couch in front of the boob tube like me. But that's okay, too, because there's also an all-new season of Top Gear on History Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock today. And joining me today from Los Angeles are the stars of the show, two of them at least, Tanner Foust and Adam Ferrara. I see we got you tucked in there nice and close together. After 4 seasons, you still bosom buddies like flowing pals, that sort of thing?
I hate him.
Can't stand him.
Yeah, just keeps
talking.
talking.
This up so I can get it far away from this man.
Now, amazingly, we still get along, considering we're on the road quite a bit through the year. Yeah, we get along. We have a common interest, though. We like to beat on cars, so it makes it easy.
Yeah. Hey, first things first, Adam, you're a New Yorker, but you live in Los Angeles. Who are you rooting for in the Stanley Cup, Rangers or Kings? Or you're not going to take sides?
Got to get the Rangers. I got to bring the blue. Carry the blue, baby.
What?
Yeah, got to carry the blue.
Sorry, 2 games away. My bad.
Okay. You know what amazes me is you know about sports. I am stunned. What else don't I know about
I read that on the way over here.
All right, well, I'm officially on Team Adam today as a result of that answer. But let me ask you this. We're talking about the summer. We're talking about driving. Again, you're from New York. You live in Los Angeles. What is worse in the summer, the Long Island Expressway on the way to the Hamptons on a Friday afternoon, or any road in Los Angeles any time of day, any day of the year?
That's not really a choice at all. That's like the doctor saying you can have ointment or suppository. Either way, it's not a good choice. But yeah, out here it's terrible all year round. But that trek out to the Hamptons and back into the city on a Sunday night is terrible too.
I did it in a Camaro ZL1 one time. Halfway through, about 2 hours into it, I was clutching with my right foot. It was that bad. I mean, it's just crazy getting stuck in the traffic.
It's terrible. And the ZL1, the supercharger, that's like drinking a pot of coffee and trying to stay still for an MRI.
Danny, you grew up in Colorado. Any vote for winter driving being better than summer driving? I know the snow could be a lot of fun.
Oh my God. The winter driving it's my favorite time to drive, to be honest with you. I like sliding around in the snow. I like that stuff. It's like therapeutic. I mean, I get up every once in a while I get back to Steamboat where I lived before moving out here to LA. And yeah, driving around on the ice and snow is the best for me. But in the summer, you get a little bit of a sunburn. And this was a tough winter for everybody, so it's probably not a popular thing to be thinking about snow right now.
All right, let's forget about bad roads for a minute. You guys obviously get to drive some of the greatest roads in the world on the show. Not all of them paved. You guys went up to Alaska a couple of seasons ago. You've been to Iceland. Some exciting stuff. Where'd you head this year?
We went to Germany this year.
We did go to Germany this year.
Those are good roads.
Rutledge in Germany. Oh, my gosh. That was... we're going down the Autobahn. You can hear Rutledge just saying, "I got kids."
"Got kids is too fast, man."
Yeah, that was a great trip. I mean, speaking of winter, we made a snowplow out in Maine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We took a school bus and made a snowplow out of it.
Yes,
School bus snowplow. Little double duty there for the school bus drivers?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was... there are a lot of school bus drivers that are going to want this bus. It was lifted like 16 inches, had big knobbies, the blade was like one of those V-blades. Adam had a flamethrower on the roof.
That was fun.
As you do. And it was that was an epic trip.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty busy in your other lives as well. Tanner, you're a race car driver. Adam, you're a comedian. You got Nurse Jackie. And Rutledge just magically appears anywhere there's a NASCAR sign. I mean, really, behind the scenes, logistically, how do they manage to get you guys together to do these shows? And how long does a typical show take you to shoot?
That's probably the hardest thing of the show is the travel and getting us all in one place together. And pretty much the journeys we shoot are about 6 days.
Yeah, they're 6 days. It's generally you're looking at 5-6 days every show. So compared to a lot of cable shows, it's actually quite a long time, I think. But you know, if you're going to do a show about a journey, you've got to do a journey.
Yeah.
And although Iceland, it was so foggy, we were kind of joking we could have shot the whole thing in the hotel parking lot, which would have been nice. But we actually did end up going to the top of a snow-covered volcano, even though you couldn't see that.
Yeah.
But it's an adventure. So when you go on set, you really are thinking like this. We're going to go take this journey and actually experience it, and that's what makes it fun. Is you walk away from it with like a great trip, and then you had a bunch of camera guys that documented it for you. So if you forget it, you can remember it later. It's actually
we're like a
blast.
traveling family. We're all just up at 6. We're shooting from sunrise to sunset, and then we eat together and get up and do it all again. So you get close real quick.
Did the three of you guys contribute any ideas for the shows anymore, or is it really more just you jumping along for the ride?
No, they kind of let us have input into the shows because they want us to really experience and want to be in the environment and in the cars that we want to be in.
I mean, ultimately, it's we all have wanted to do things growing up with cars. One of them was for some reason I've always wanted to drive a car in a shopping mall.
And
for some reason,
we did get to do that.
For some reason, you make this sound like it's a surprising
I know the reason.
thing.
It was the Blues Brothers movie. It was the reason for me.
That is one of them. I mean, there are just some things you grow up thinking, God, it would be so cool to do that.
Yeah.
Make a giant snowplow out
I
of
got to make the Pope Mobile. How cool is that?
I don't think it's that cool, actually.
Why don't you think that's cool? I made the
just
Pope
saying,
Mobile out of a '69 Lincoln, and that's not impressive to you?
No, you crashed it, which is not impressive either.
Do you have to ruin everything?
We do get to have a ton of fun, Gary.
Adam does crash a lot of cars. He's still known as the wrecker on the set. Is that still the nickname?
Yeah, apparently I have an aggressive style, Gary.
I do want to ask you this, though. Over the weekend, Mr. Foust there ended up on the roof of a car, I think, at the rallycross at the X Games. Have you been upside down in a car yet? I know Rutledge managed to flip a truck a couple of seasons ago. I'm not sure if that's one thing you've gotten to do yet, though.
Yeah, I've been upside down.
You have been upside down.
I was upside down in a 72. I put the flat iron building on a 72 Buick Centurion, and that went over. I flipped over a Bronco.
I have nothing to say about that.
You did when it happened.
Yeah, I mean, you put a building on top of a car. So.
Yeah. You put a rocket on top of a Porsche.
And it worked great.
No, it didn't.
It actually did.
It was stupid.
Adam's crashed everything.
Okay.
That's why he doesn't drive the expensive ones. He's always
not true. Got to drive the new Rolls-Royce Wraith. Great car.
Doors open by themselves. Fancy stuff.
Oh yeah, when they close themselves, the big suicide doors. That's great. I got to drive that. They took Fred Astaire's 1927 Phantom 1 out of the Peterson for me to drive that car.
So sketchy.
That was, that transmission was, but I got to drive that. That was really cool. I was nervous. I drove the original GT40, the 66 GT40.
Like 8 feet.
But I drove it. It walks as good as a hit.
Any cars out there that you have no interest in driving, either of you guys?
You can polish a Prius all day. It's still boring to me.
Whenever you think of one, what is the 3-wheel car, Gary?
The Reliant Robin, that old thing, or the new Morgan one?
Thank you, the Robin. No, the Reliant. You think, I wouldn't really want to drive that, but you'd want to drive it, though, just to see if you could keep it on the front two, on the nose and one side, and like balance it there.
What if you drove a Can-Am backwards? Same thing. Easy to get.
Yes, could probably do that. I mean, because the thing is, even if the car's not fast, you can still do fun stuff with it. Try to drive it on 2 wheels.
I had fun in that Bug, that Volkswagen Bug, that little Baja Bug. That wasn't fast at all, but
no, it
was still fun.
Yes, it was dangerous with you driving it.
Yeah,
actually, which is impressive with 48 horsepower.
Yeah,
you can make 48 horsepower.
Got it off the ground.
Big question on everybody's mind always when it comes to Top Gear. Your show, of course, is a version of the original from the UK. Any chance we're going to see a crossover episode this time? Some of those guys show up on your show, maybe the other way around next year?
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think it'd be a blast. I did one of our races with the Global Rallycross Championship was in Barbados, which was a Top Gear festival. And Gary, you probably have seen like the Top Gear live shows the UK guys do. This was that kind of a festival. I think it had something to do with an episode, but I ended up racing James May in that show. And he was in a tractor, and I was in my race car.
Sounds like a fair fight.
I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it.
You won't spoil it.
He only had to drive the length of the front straightaway, and I had to go around the whole track was the gag. And then he pulled out a 1,200 horsepower dragster tractor, which caught on fire, and that.
See, so it's not just me.
I think Adam was driving it. It was
okay.
Yeah, he kind of got a little tan right after that.
I was on fire twice. I got fire in the Maverick in the monster truck, and then the Buick this season.
Oh, you can count it on one hand.
That's
good.
it.
Yeah.
What is it? You just flipped over at X Games. I don't want to hear it.
My bad.
All right, well, listen, now that you guys are fully fledged members of the History family, I want to know, other than Top Gear, what's your favorite show on the networks?
What was the World War II in HD?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because we win.
Well, it's good. Don't watch the hockey.
No?
Okay, no.
Okay.
Don't watch that. That's going to be bad. You know, honestly, it's a little
I like
bit
counting
strange.
cars. I like to see the cars.
Pawn Stars has been on for a
Pawn
long,
Stars is
long
good.
time.
Pawn
but
Stars
there's-
always makes me think I have treasures in my basement. When it's nothing. It's just crap.
It's true.
I don't think it's worth a lot of
But there's
money.
always something you sort of get out of it, whether you learn about an old gun or they go water skiing. Watching those guys go water skiing.
Hot air
is
balloon one
interesting.
was good.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cool stuff out there, and it's amazing what History Channel's done. We went to the upfronts and saw a lot of the new channels of
A
the
lot
whole
of good
A&E
stuff's
network.
coming. A&E stuff is coming.
It's pretty amazing.
A lot of good stuff's going to come out.
Well, I am sorry, though. The correct
It's a great
answer
movie.
was
What was the Ray
Ancient
Liotta movie?
Aliens, though. Ancient Aliens was the correct
I
answer.
can't watch that. The guy with the hair scares the hell out of me. I cannot watch that before I go to bed at night. He's just sitting there. We've been visited. I'm like, he's right.
So one thing the aliens never did, though, is build a car, though. I've yet to see one of those on the show.
That I'd like to do. One of my favorite episodes, I got to make my own concept car, and I used you as my lab rat. And I had the squid gun.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
roof.
that was awesome. That was great.
Yeah. I had the paint on the side. I had the giant boat horn that scared the hell out of you.
Yeah.
It was great. I was an innovator. And I got to drive the Caddy CL, too. They brought that down for me.
Yeah, it was. In case somebody was tailgating you, he actually had a squid launcher that would launch a car behind you.
Yeah,
like
to keep
Despicable
you
Me?
back.
And shoot...
Yes.
Yeah, and shoot squid onto your
exactly.
windshield. How
Like
great is
Despicable
that?
Me.
All right, Adam Ferrara, Tanner Foust, History Channel, 9 o'clock, Tuesdays. Top Gear, you can't miss that. And if you want some automotive news with a little less hijinks, foxcarreport.com. We'll see you next time.